In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the exact trade setup that I took on live with the team Tuesday morning. It was a 1-to-5 risk to reward and it happened within less than an hour. If you want access to all of our trade signals and you want to trade live with me every single day, click the first link in my bio. That's going to be our referral link to the broker that we use, BitUnix. Go ahead and create an account under that link. It is a non-KYC broker, and then the link below that will be the link to the Discord. All right, so as you can see, we're on the broker BitUnix now, and you can see the exact trades that I have taken, and we're going to be walking through this exact trade setup from A to Z. So first step is understanding that we trade a trend line breakout strategy. All we're looking for is reversals in the market, and you don't need some overcomplicated ICT that, TJR this. It truly just comes down to finding one strategical edge in the markets and then mastering your emotions. So step one, if I go ahead and I make my chart full screen here, as you can see, we are on the 1 minute time frame. Step one is we want to go ahead and we want to scale up back to that 1 hour time frame. All we're going to be doing is we're going to go ahead and mark out some of our 1 hour fair value gaps or imbalances. So the first one that I see here is this fair value gap here where the low of this wick and the high of this third wick are not meeting. So I can see that this range here is an imbalance. So now we're going to scale back down to the 1 minute time frame, and step one is always going to be identify a trend on the 1 minute. So as you can see here, price is making higher highs and higher lows, building this upwards trend. So all we're going to do is take this low from this wick down here, go ahead and mark it up where you can see price has the most touch points. You could try and draw your trend line here, you could try and draw your trend line here, but this is the trend that I was currently seeing on Tuesday morning when we were live trading. Second step, as you can see here, is we want to identify a break of our trend. As you can see here, price went ahead and played up into that 1 hour fair value gap as I have highlighted in yellow, and then we're going to go ahead and look for the break of that trend. As you can see, this candle here broke this trend, and this second candle that went ahead and changed character for us told us that buyers are not in control anymore and sellers want to now try and stack to push price lower. So now that we have the identified trend, we found our 1 hour fair value gap, and we've also identified the break of our trend line. The last step is we want to go ahead and we want to find a 1 minute fair value gap above our trend line that we can look to enter our position in. So if we go ahead and we use the box tool here, I'm going to go ahead and mark out this 1 minute fair value gap, as you can see highlighted in this blue box here. So we have the break of our trend line here, we have our change of character producing candle here, and we have identified a fair value gap here. So now we know we want to enter this trade up in this fair value gap highlighted in blue, but how do I know where to set my stop loss? So 99% of the time when you see me trade on live stream, you're going to see me set my stop loss 2 or 3 ticks above or below. Obviously this is a short position, so we're going to be setting our stop loss above price. We're going to go ahead and set it 2 ticks above this fair value gap producing candle, which you can see is right here. So that's where I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set my stop loss at. And then we obviously entered that position right in this fair value gap. After you can see, we confirmed this imbalance. Now the last and final step is, where do we know where to take profits? Are we looking for draws in liquidity? Are we looking for more fair value gaps? Are we looking for changes of character? How do I know? So as you can see here, I've listed out our take profit areas. So yes, we do use fair value gaps for our take profits. We do use liquidity pools, and we do use trailing trend line stop losses. So the first step is we want to go up to the 5 minute time frame, and we want to identify some of these targets. As you can see, now we're on the 5 minute time frame, and all I'm going to go ahead and do is mark out some of these 5 minute fair value gaps that I would be looking to take profit in. The first one is going to be this area right here. The second one is going to be this fair value gap below it. And obviously you could just mark out this entire range of fair value gaps or imbalances here. The second step would look for areas of liquidity, which here we don't really have. We would just be using our fair value gaps for this example. So now we can scale back down to the 1 minute time frame and look for some take profit areas. As you can see on this B signal here, as we tapped back into this 1 minute fair value gap, or this higher time frame 5 minute fair value gap, this is where I took my first bit of profit right on this candle right here. And then we let price continue on lower. And then as we went ahead and we broke down through this fair value gap, I was continuing to take bits and pieces of profit. This trade alone returned us over a 1 to 8.5 risk to reward, and I'm going to show you where I would be looking to let my 25% runner be. At this point in this trade, I would already have 75% of my profits taken out, secured. That way, if price did go ahead and reverse on us, we are still profitable on this trade. So the last step is we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw out our trend line here. And then the next step is that once price goes ahead and breaks this trend line, that's how I know I want to stop out of this position, because if we break this trend line, my next expectations is that price would want to continue on higher, and that would be minimizing my profits. I want to take my final bit of profit there. So as you can see, once this candle wick went ahead and broke right back above this trend line from this high and this high, this is where I took my final bit of profit, finally tagging me out of this trade. Now this trade did run for about an hour and 10 minutes long, but once we already had 75% of our position secured, we went ahead and we moved our stop loss down to this trend line and these equal highs right here. And then once price went ahead and tagged this level, it stopped us out for the rest of our 25% position. So this is the winners chat in our Discord. If you go ahead and look at my name, PCJDE Trades, you can see I made over 33.6% on this Bitcoin short position. You can see my entry price, time, date, and you can also see that I made just over $440 on this position alone. You can also scroll through and see some of our free members winners as well from this week. So that's going to be it for this video. Like I said, you don't need some ICT concept. You don't need some silver bullet model. All you need is trend lines, fair value gaps, liquidity, and that's it. Like I said, if you want access to trade live with me for free every single day, you want free education, click the first link in my bio, sign up using the broker that I use here, BitUnix, use our referral. It helps support me and it allows me to make these videos for you guys, as well as do all of the live trading every single morning. So go ahead, drop a subscribe, drop a comment, and let me know what you guys want to see in the next video. And I will see you boys tomorrow in the Discord. Peace.